I don't know. That's one way to play Loves You Porgy, I guess. Which comes from Gershwin, right? Actually, Porgy and Bess is an opera, which I wasn't even aware of. Couple of reasons for that, I guess, but it comes from that time period of the interwar era, right? Where I mean, the music is kind of exhausted, especially in this medium, right? The opera medium is exhausted. Porgy and Bess, other operas that people still talk about today. Um, yeah, Arabella, Turandot, Die Frau ohne Schatten, Vozekalulu, and my favorite is probably Daphne. And I guess this kind of fits in there with these other operas that no one really cares about that much, to be honest. But the song, as well as "Summertime," and a couple of other ones that people like, all come from Porgy and Bess. I guess I'll just talk about the song because there's not much else to say. The song is definitely in the key of F, right? And I feel like every time I talk about a song, I put it down, but like I like the bridge, but the main melody is kind of late. I mean, like I can imagine being like a young music student and being told like, okay, play an F major scale and stop at the 9, right? And then like your teacher might say, okay, now play that scale, but then skip every other note. And then play an arpeggio down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, is that really musical? The reason why I bring up other operas of this time because the big ones that people care about, they don't write melodies like this in their songs. Like this is just a basic scale amateurish exercise. I mean, it's just like a bunch of arpeggios. There's not really any lyricism. There's nothing inspiring about this. Um, Compared to like Daphne, like I said, which is probably my favorite one of this time period, came out 3 years later. It's infinitely more interesting to listen to. Um, More surprises and stuff like that. But let me get to the bridge because I guess the bridge is probably the best part of the song. It's in a key of F, like I said. The bridge definitely changes keys to C, which is nice because it's a B natural. Right? It's not a B flat. It goes on for like a couple of bars, and then it repeats with a different melody note at the end. Um, the next part of the bridge goes up a whole step, I think. So the hell is that? Like D or something? Uh, I guess. I don't know. I haven't thought about that much. It's like a repeat, right? It's the same melody, just moved up a little bit, and then the melody changes finally something interesting. It goes back to F, but it plays around on like the non-strong chords of the key. So like I think the real book says G minor, and which is the 2 minor, right? And I like D minor there too. And then it changes again to F minor, which is the parallel minor of the original key. Kind of complicated, but it's not really complicated. You just listen for it. But again, like it goes down a whole step, which I guess would be E flat. So it plays in E flat for a couple bars, and then it turns around basically. The way Bill Evans does it. I mean, I'll get to that too, right? The way Bill Evans does it is he goes to like a C sus, like the most basic way, right? It's not that complicated. The song is not that complicated. This song is just like arpeggios and basic scales, which is good if you're someone like Bill Evans who really stretches out and goes to nearby keys. Like I try to. He goes to E flat a lot. He goes to G and C, B flat. But if you listen to like the Nina Simone version, which I do like a lot too, it's just a little bit different, I guess. She's pretty much strictly in F the whole time, and her piano player. Um, so yeah, the first time I heard it was the Bill Evans version, but it was at the Village Vanguard, which normally talks about people talk about other songs from the Village Vanguard, which I love. What's the one with Tony Bennett that they do? It's in key of A. My Foolish Heart is like a very popular one, right? People think about that when I think of Village Vanguard. Maybe Alice in Wonderland too, but they only think about I Loves You Porgy. But I like Nina Simone version. I like Keith Jarrett's version. It's a solo piano version. it's not as adventurous as the Bill Evans version, which I think is the best in my opinion, which is Bill Evans' solo sessions version. Because, like I said, he takes a little more time. He's more patient than the Keith Jarrett version, and but I don't know. I guess it's preference. Some people like one or the other more. What else? Oh yeah, one more thing I guess about Gershwin specifically that it kind of bothers me. Is his over reliance on the major seven note of songs. Like he abuses the crap out of like E natural in the melody here, in the key of F, and then in summertime. I don't play summertime, but you know I know it right. It's kind of like I don't know. Enough people do that. I don't really want to do it. Um, he abuses the same thing. Like I think it's an A minor, so he abuses in this case the B note, like a lot, and I think it has a certain effect that like having your melody too much on the major seven note of a scale is it's a nice effect, but it wears off quickly and it becomes kind of annoying. Honestly, like I said, listen to Daphne by Strauss, like same time period. He does not do this. Listen to Lulu and Wozzeck just before this, same thing. Like they do not write their songs in this style. I don't know why he does it. I know Duke Ellington. There's some apocryphal comments that he did like this, and then that he didn't like Porgy and Bess. I personally I've never seen it, and I don't really care to see it because there's enough stereotypes in there that I mean, like the stereotypes are so strong that any art that is there is probably just going to be like, completely uh like absorbed and overshadowed. But the song is nice, even though all its criticisms. Listening to it is nice because the interpreter has so many options of what to do. Like every time you land on like a B flat major when you're in a key of F, I like to keep going. I like to go to E flat. Maybe I go to A flat, right? Like I try to go further. So like if you're going C F B flat, maybe I'll go like C F B flat. Like I'll keep going down the thing. And in the bridge, maybe I go the opposite way. If it says C, maybe I'll try to play something in. I mean, I don't think I did here in this case, but I was when I was like learning it and practicing it. Go to like G and like really try to get those like exotic notes in there to make it interesting. I mean, yeah, I don't want to go on too long, but let me just double check. I said everything really important here. Comes from Porgy and Bess. Blah 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 blah. Bunch of operas of the same time period. Don't really people don't really care about that much, but they are there and they are comparable. Um, Duke Ellington. Blah 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 blah. Melody's kind of lazy, but the bridge is good. Mm-hmm. Yep. Nina Simone. Yep. Keith Jarrett. Yep. Uh, yeah. Again, like that major seven thing. Like, if you land on that like repeatedly, I don't know. I think it does it too much. Maybe I'm the only person that thinks that, but it's just something I feel like I have to mention. And the bridge is good. So that's I Loves You Porgy. I don't know. One way to play it. One perspective, and thanks for watching.